Soft piano music plays. The camera zooms into a little girl asleep on the janitor's chest. The door bursts open. The girl's mother gasps in disbelief. They said no one could handle her. Not the nannies, not the doctors, not even her own mother. But the moment she fell asleep in his arms, the entire mansion froze. This is the story of a janitor who changed a billionaire's heart. You're watching Black Inside USA, where every story reminds us that humanity has no price. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because today's story will touch your heart. In a world where stories speak louder than words, this is Black Inside USA. Real emotions, real people, real change. The morning sun poured through the tall windows of the Greystone mansion, a home so quiet, you could almost hear the loneliness echo through its marble halls. Inside lived Elena Greystone, a powerful businesswoman, and her only daughter, Lily. At just 6 years old, Lily was already known among the staff as the Little Storm. Every nanny had quit, every therapist had failed, every smile on her face faded within hours. Her father had passed away years ago in an accident, leaving behind only silence, and a little girl who forgot what comfort felt like. Elena, buried in work and guilt, kept hiring new people, hoping someone could handle Lily. But no one ever stayed, until one quiet Tuesday morning, a new face arrived. His name was Marcus. He wasn't hired to take care of the child. He was there to clean the floors. A calm man in his 30s, wearing the green Clean Corp uniform and a humble smile. He didn't talk much, just nodded politely and went about his work, humming quietly to himself. Lily, sitting in a corner of the massive living room, clutched her teddy bear and watched him. Every adult she'd met tried too hard, too cheerful, too loud, too fake. But Marcus just worked. Quiet, peaceful. When her crayon rolled off the table, he picked it up, handed it to her gently, and said only one thing. "Hey, looks like your teddy's got a good artist for a friend." For the first time in weeks, Lily smiled. Days passed. Marcus came every morning to clean, and every morning, Lily waited for him. He told her small stories, about clouds that shaped like hearts, about how rainbows were just sunlight giving the sky a hug. He never used fancy words. He just listened. One afternoon, Elena came home early and saw something she couldn't believe. Lily, her daughter who never let anyone near her, was asleep on Marcus's lap. Elena froze. Her first reaction wasn't peace, it was anger. "Who gave you permission to touch my child?" she snapped. Marcus stood up slowly, careful not to wake Lily. "Ma'am," he said softly, "I didn't mean to. She just got tired while drawing. I didn't want to move her." Elena looked at her daughter's calm face, and for the first time, she saw something she hadn't seen in years: peace. She turned away, speechless. By the end of the week, the entire mansion staff was talking. The janitor made her laugh. She hugged him. "She eats when he's around." It sounded unbelievable, but it was true. Marcus's quiet presence had done what doctors, teachers, and specialists couldn't. Lily had started sleeping through the night again. One evening, Elena caught Marcus teaching Lily how to fold paper boats. "Why do you do it?" she asked him softly. "Why are you so patient?" Marcus smiled. "Because someone once had patience with me, ma'am. I just try to pass it on." Elena didn't ask more, but something about his words stayed with her. Weeks turned into months. Marcus had become part of their daily life, though still officially just the janitor. But one day, Elena noticed something strange. When Marcus took off his gloves to wash his hands, there was a small scar on his wrist, shaped like a hospital mark. And in the garage, she found a small photo inside his toolbox of a little girl with big brown eyes and curly hair. The back of the photo said, "To Daddy. I'll see you soon." Her heart sank. That evening, she asked him quietly, "Is she your daughter?" Marcus paused, looked down, and nodded. She was. Her name was Maya. She passed away 3 years ago. She had the same eyes as Lily. Silence filled the room. Elena didn't know what to say. The mystery behind his calm, the gentleness in his voice, it all made sense now. From that day, things shifted. Elena began inviting Marcus to stay longer after work. He'd help Lily with her bedtime stories, fix things around the house, and sometimes they'd all sit together for dinner. The mansion didn't feel empty anymore. One evening, Lily said softly, "Mommy, can Mr. Marcus stay forever?" Elena smiled faintly. "He has his own home, sweetheart." Marcus just looked down, hiding the emotion in his eyes. But deep inside, he knew, this little girl had given him something he thought he'd lost forever: purpose. Just when everything felt right, fate had another plan. A company board member, one of Alina's old rivals, discovered that a janitor had been spending time with her daughter. Rumors spread fast. Is she replacing professional caregivers with a cleaner? Is she losing control? Alina's reputation was at stake. She called Marcus into her office. Her voice was trembling. "Marcus, I'm so sorry. I have to let you go." He looked at her silently. "I understand, ma'am." When Lily found out, she cried harder than ever before. "Why, Mommy, he's my best friend." Alina couldn't answer. The next morning, Marcus packed his small bag and walked toward the door. Lily ran after him, clutching her paper boat. "Don't go. You said boats always come back," she cried. Marcus knelt, hugged her tight, and whispered, "They do, Lily, but sometimes they sail far away before they return." He handed her the same photo of his daughter. "She'd be happy knowing I met you." And then he left. Alina watched from the window, her heart heavy with regret. Days turned cold. Lily stopped talking, stopped eating, stopped smiling. One night, Alina found her sitting by the window, whispering to the paper boat, "Come back, Mr. Marcus." That night, Alina broke down. She realized she had lost more than a janitor. She had lost the person who healed her child. The next morning, she drove to Clean Corp. "Where's Marcus?" she asked. The supervisor frowned. "Marcus, he resigned last week, said he needed to find peace." Alina refused to give up. She searched every small neighborhood until she found him, fixing benches at a community park. When he turned around, she couldn't hold back tears. "Elena," he said softly. She looked at him and said, "You once told me you pass on patience. Let me pass on forgiveness." Marcus smiled, unsure what she meant. "I need you back," she said. "Not as a janitor, as the person who gave my daughter her smile. Please." He hesitated, but she added, "You said boats always come back, so come home, Marcus." That night, when Lily saw him walk through the door, she ran and hugged him so tight that even the air in the mansion seemed to breathe again. And for the first time in years, Elena felt peace. Months later, Elena started a foundation in memory of Marcus's daughter, the Maya Hope Project, dedicated to helping children with emotional trauma find healing through compassion. Marcus became its co-director. Lily called him Uncle Marcus, and the mansion that was once silent, now echoed with laughter, storytelling, and music. Sometimes the people who come to clean our mess end up cleaning our hearts. Marcus didn't just sweep floors, he swept away years of pain, one act of kindness at a time. Thanks for watching Black Inside USA. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because every story deserves to be heard.